Just as I was about to open my mouth to speak, I heard Chonino's voice. "Ah, Dokja, you came just in time." Chonino smiled as he found us. I had a foreboding feeling as Chonino spoke in a loud voice. "Dokja has a lot of coins. How much? You're probably the richest one among us, right?" The character Chonino has activated the Insight Level 2 skill. Crowd looked my way. "Coins? Who has a lot of coins?" It didn't take long for all eyes to turn to me. Chonino. He was really a great guy. "Are you Dokja? Please, save me!" People panted heavily as they approached me and grabbed my legs. The number of people flocking toward me was estimated to be at least 20. If I gave all these people coins, I would lose 2,000 coins. Yet if I didn't give to them, I would be a big villain in Genmo Station. Your understanding of the character Chonino has increased. Haha, Dokja, I don't have the coins to help all these poor people, but isn't Dokja different? Will you just wait and watch? I sighed quietly, having seen this trick once or twice before. The constellations of absolute good system have defined Chonino as wicked. I had enough of putting up with him. "Save me! Please, save me!" The people burst into tears with the most pitiful expressions in the world. "Haha, this story is becoming fun. For reference, there are 10 minutes left." Bi-Hyung spoke in a voice that was full of joy, and the party looked at me with strange expressions. I let out a short sigh and slowly closed my eyes before opening them again. "I see. You want coins?" Then I laughed. Why should I? I looked around at the people. The first scenario was original sin. Thus none of the people here were innocent. That made it more disgusting. Those who trampled on someone else to survive couldn't even bear the responsibility for their own lives. "Why? You have a lot of coins. Can't you just give us a few?" In the middle of the confusion, Chonino burst out laughing. "I expected this from Dokja. From the very first moment Dokja showed up here, didn't you sell food for coins? If you didn't make them buy food at that time, do you know how many people can survive now?" "Yeah, he's right. Shit, give me my coins back." Suddenly the atmosphere was flowing against me. Maybe this was what Chonino wanted. "Wait a minute, everyone. Your actions right now." "Dokja isn't such a person." Yu Sang and Lee Hyung-sung tried to defuse the crowd, but the people had already lost their sense of reason. Then Chonino drove in the last wedge. "Dokja, I'll give you one last chance. Give the coins back to the people." "What if I don't want to?" "Then the worst will happen." The crowd of 20 people started to approach step by step. "Give me your coins!" Nevertheless, no one attacked first. Eventually, a member of the Cheoldu group came forward. "You scum! What are you doing? Kill him! Why are you hesitating when you can snatch the coins after killing him?" The man who had shot had a very sturdy physique. I triggered character list and confirmed his information. Character summary. Name, Han Min-sung. Private attribute, bully, general. Overall stats, physique level 8, strength level 8, agility level 8, magic power level 2. He was the owner of abilities that fit a bully, but he wasn't originally at this level. This guy had done it. Yes, he had acted rashly because he believed in his stats. "Kill this bastard!" The metal pipe in his hand moved. It was a steel pipe containing level 8 strength. The former Kim Dokja might be scared by this threat, but for the current me, it was just ridiculous. I cut off the man's arm and it rolled across the ground with the iron pipe. The blood-covered unbroken faith emitted a white light as I swept a glance over the quiet people. Everyone turned pale when they saw a Cheoldu group member being overwhelmed with one blow. Now that I had shown off a bit, it was time to start. Pathetic. Do you really think this situation is because of me? I looked left and right at each face in the crowd. On the other side, Chonino was looking confused. In fact, you very well know that it isn't me. Like a sick goldfish, the mouths of the crowd dropped. I spoke like I was disseminating food to them. You guys are doing this because you're scared. In fact, even though you knew what was wrong and are in a crisis, you're trembling in fear because of them. Chonino laughed. "Huh, look at this. Dokja, what are you saying? It's because they're stronger than you. Their overall stats are higher than you and they have a lot of coins. But everyone, you know what?" I asked as I took a step forward to the crowd. The entire crowd retreated like surprised goldfish. However, they were already fish in my tank. "Why are they stronger than you?" I took one more step. "More than anything, why do they have more coins than you? Is it because they're gangsters, perhaps?" The characters around you are shaken. Even in fear, there was some emotion that could be conveyed with certainty. Questions passed on their faces. "Chonino-shi, how many coins do you have?" "Don't you know? Well, I have sold a few, and do you think it's possible to get that much stats with just that?" "Really?" Chonino closed his mouth. I turned from left to right, looking at the crowd's faces one by one. When I came to Genmo Station a few days ago, there were 87 people here. How many people are left now? I don't think there's more than 50 people. Do you know why? "They went out as scouts and the monsters..." "Monsters? Do you really believe that?" "Then, you fools, think about it with your brains. Did people really die because of the monsters? Then why haven't any of the Chuldu group bastards died? The air became quiet in an instant. Why is it always they come back stronger? The Constellation secret plotter nods at your reasoning. Just don't tell me! The people turned to look at Chonino. The Chuldu group members hesitated. Now it's my turn to drive in a wedge. They said it before. If you kill me, you get coins. The Constellation prisoner of the golden headband pulls his hair in excitement. How do they know that killing a person will give coins? You! Chonashi, don't tell me! Shut up! I'm being framed! As Chonino moved back, the men of the Chuldu group pulled out their weapons. The frightened people were weeping. There's 7 minutes left. I stepped toward the people. If you have any last self-respect, fight. Fight with your own hands. The blade of faith cried out violently as anger filled the eyes of the people. At least get back what was taken from you. As I waited, the people of the Chuldu group rushed towards me simultaneously. I also ran toward them. Now the world is such a place. The white light moved and the people screamed. Then someone shouted, "Yeah, shit! Sons of bitches!" The people started to move. All in all, they were people who'd already killed. Mom! Taeyong, come here. Do this just like what you did on the subway with Mother. They were children and mothers. This fucking bastard! There was also a middle-aged Indian man. These scum! Alas, they weren't a match for those in the Chuldu group. There was a high number of people left in the Chuldu group, and their fighting power was overwhelming due to the coins they had obtained through human hunting. Or at least, this would be the case if it wasn't for me. The arms and legs of the Chuldu group members, who charged at me, flew off. The eerie sensation of coveting a person's limbs filled my hands. The incapacitated Chuldu group members looked at me. Spare me! At that moment, someone moved ahead of me and struck their blade at the fallen Chuldu group members. I said I would kill him. All evolution conditions of the attribute, crouching figure, have been met. The attribute of character, Jung Heewon, is blossoming. A dazzling brilliance was rising from her body. I nodded. It was now time. The attribute of Jung Heewon has blossomed to Judge of Destruction, Hero. A judge to wipe out evil. The best of the 3 judge attributes woke up from a crouching figure. You have contributed greatly to the attribute of crouching figure. The character Jung Heewon won't hesitate to be your sword in the future. Rest for now, Jung Heewon said. Her eyes were pale blue as she declared, "These guys are my share." The character Jung Heewon has activated the exclusive skill, Judgement Time. The absolute good constellations have agreed to the use of the skill. Judgement Time has been activated. Jung Heewon had a bloody aura around her body as her blade painted an eerie trail. It was a light and precise kendo that would move between the Chuldu group members. Blood spurted everywhere. Ugh! It was a scene of complete massacre. Of course, Jung Heewon wasn't the only one fighting. Yu Sang-ha, Lee Seong-song, and even Lee Gil-yong were protecting their respective positions, but no one was active as Jung Heewon. Like a person who was born for murder, Jung Heewon killed and killed. If I cut off a man's arm, Jung Heewon stabbed his heart. If I cut his leg, Jung Heewon cut his throat. She took care of all those I left behind. Jung Heewon moved without hesitation, like a person who had been longing for this moment. The area was filled with blood. The only person left from the Chuldu group was Chonino. However, many parts of his body had been injured by the citizens. Jung Heewon looked at me, and I nodded. Chonino laughed as he looked at me. You... He never stopped speaking, but Jung Heewon had appeared behind Chonino and sliced him from top to bottom. All constellations in the channel feel intense joy. Finally, everyone stopped moving. The fight was over. However, they couldn't feel it. The times when they ate grilled meat, felt the meaning of life, joke while walking, enjoy moments of peace, all seemed like a lie. This damn scenario. Yu Sang-ha was crying. Lee Gil-yong closed his eyes. Lee Hyung-sung bit his lips so hard he was bleeding. Jung Heewon exhausted her physical strength and was sitting in a pool of blood. Yes, this was the truth of the world. The survival value would be settled. There was a sound of popping all around us. Those who had coins survived, while those who failed to get coins were now dead. No one was able to save each other. I said to the people, "Wake up, everybody." Even as I raised my head, the sky couldn't be seen. I stared at the unseen sky for a while, resisting some great fate. The noisy constellations had no answer this time. This scenario has just begun. While everyone was deep in thought, I was thinking about the next scenario alone. My mind was calm as the pages flipped one after another. I had obtained everything I needed from Gemo Station. The next stage was Chungmuro.